Ever had that dream of quitting your job, being your own boss, and trading stocks for a living? Well, in this explainer, we're diving deep into Andrew Aziz's book, How to Day Trade for a Living, to show you how the pros really do it. And this is the dream, right? It's this powerful vision that gets so many people excited about day trading. I mean, the idea of controlling your own financial destiny with just a laptop from anywhere in the world, it's incredibly attractive. Okay, but before we get into any of the fun stuff like strategies or making money, Aziz kicks off his book with a huge dose of reality. And honestly, this is the stuff that separates the successful traders from the 90% who, well, don't make it. And here it is. This is probably the single most important sentence in the entire book. It's not just a warning, it's a fundamental mindset shift. Once you truly get this, every single decision you make as a trader will change. So, how do you actually start thinking like a professional? Well, the very first step is to just tear down all the myths and replace them with the cold, hard, business-like reality that Andrew Aziz lays out. This slide just lays it out so perfectly. It completely reframes what day trading is. It's not about easy money, it's about hard work. It's definitely not a hobby you can just dip in and out of. It's a serious business. And my favorite one, it's not gambling. It's a systematic, planned-out approach. Okay, so if it's a serious business, how do you build it? Aziz has this great analogy. He says all successful trading stands on three essential pillars. Think of it like a three-legged stool. If any one of those legs is shaky, the whole thing is coming crashing down. Now, here's what's so critical to understand. These are not separate skills. They are completely woven together. You could have the most brilliant strategy on the planet, but if your psychology is weak and you panic sell or you don't manage your risk properly, you're pretty much guaranteed to fail. And this quote, man, it just hits home. It drives home that first pillar. Psychology isn't some soft skill here. It's an absolute core requirement. We've all felt it, right? That fear that makes you sell a good trade too early, or that greed that makes you hold a loser way too long. That's what you have to conquer. Okay, this next quote might actually flip your whole perspective on what a trader's job even is. So many people think their job is to be a brilliant stock picker, but Aziz argues, no, your number one job, your primary job, is to be a professional risk manager. Protecting the money you have is always, always more important than chasing profits. All right, let's switch gears and get practical. Before you can even think about placing a trade, you need the right set of professional-grade tools. Think of these as your non-negotiables. You absolutely need a reliable broker and a lightning-fast platform because split seconds matter. But the real secret weapon here? It's the stock scanner. That's the tool that sifts through thousands of stocks to help you find the few that are actually worth your attention on any given day. So what are you actually hunting for with that fancy scanner? Well, Aziz has a really cool name for them, alpha predators. The idea is that successful retail traders don't try to predict the entire S&P 500. Instead, they hunt for these specific stocks that are moving for their own unique reason, like a big earnings surprise or some huge news. They've got their own story. Now, obviously, we can't teach an entire trading strategy in just a few minutes, but what we can do is give you a peek under the hood to see what a real, structured, and repeatable plan actually looks like. First things first, you've got to learn to read the language of the market, and that means understanding candlestick charts. Each one of these little candles tells you a story of the battle between buyers and sellers over a specific chunk of time. It's the absolute foundation of most strategies. So here's a classic strategy from the book called the ABCD pattern. It's pretty easy to visualize. You see a stock make a strong run-up. That's from A to B. Then it pulls back a little from B to C. The idea is to buy the stock as it starts to move up again, right around point C, with a plan to sell for a profit up near point D. And all of this leads to this one simple phrase that you'll hear over and over again in trading. Plan your trade and trade your plan. It sounds simple, but it's so important. It means you make all the tough decisions where you'll get in, where you'll get out if you're wrong, where you'll take profits, before you ever click the buy button. It's how you take emotion out of the equation. So let's say you're intrigued. You're thinking, okay, I get it. It's a business, not a casino. What's the right way, the safe way, to actually get started? Aziz lays out a very clear path. And notice the first step isn't open a brokerage account, it's education. After that comes the simulator. This is your flight simulator. You have to trade with fake money but real market data for months and prove you can do it profitably on paper before you ever risk a single real dollar. It's how you build skills without paying a devastating price for rookie mistakes. And that really brings us to the final, most crucial question the book leaves you with. It all comes back to this. The knowledge is out there, the tools are available, the strategies can be learned, but at the end of the day, success or failure in day trading comes down to one person, you. Do you have the discipline to follow your own rules every single day?